What if I told you that one of the rarest and most legendary American muscle cars was never meant for ordinary roads? A car so powerful, so aggressive, and so special that Ford built it for one reason only: domination. This is the story of the 1969 Mustang Boss 429, a machine that became an icon of American muscle and one of the most desirable classic cars ever made. The late 1960s were the golden age of muscle cars. American manufacturers were locked in an intense battle to build faster, louder, and more powerful machines. Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge were competing not only on the streets, but also on the racetrack. Ford wanted a powerful engine that could dominate NASCAR racing. But there was one problem. According to the rules, the engine had to be installed in production road cars before it could compete. And that is exactly how the Boss 429 was born. At the heart of this monster was the massive 429 cubic inch V8 engine. Officially, Ford rated it at 375 horsepower, but many enthusiasts believe the real figure was much higher. Some estimates suggest it actually produced well over 500 horsepower. This engine was built for high-speed performance and racing domination. It featured huge cylinder heads, a massive intake system, and engineering that was far ahead of its time. The engine itself was so large that fitting it into a standard Mustang was a major challenge. Ford had to send the cars to a special company for extensive modifications before the engine could be installed. This wasn't just another Mustang. This was a racing machine disguised as a street car. The Boss 429 looked aggressive even when standing still. Its long hood, muscular body lines, and wide stance gave it an unmistakable presence. The functional hood scoop wasn't just for style. It helped feed cool air into the giant V8 engine. At the front, the car had an intimidating face that perfectly matched its performance. The side profile was clean yet powerful, and from the rear, it looked ready to launch down a drag strip at any moment. Unlike some muscle cars that relied heavily on flashy styling, the Boss 429 had a more purposeful appearance. Every detail existed for performance, and that is exactly what made it special. Open the door, and you're welcomed by a cabin that perfectly represents the late 1960s. The dashboard is simple, clean, and completely driver-focused. Large analog gauges provide information at a quick glance. The classic three-spoke steering wheel feels solid in your hands. Vinyl bucket seats keep the driver comfortable while adding to the vintage look. There are no giant touchscreens, no digital displays, no driving modes, just you, the steering wheel, the shifter, and a massive V8 waiting under the hood. That's exactly why enthusiasts love this car. It reminds you that driving used to be about skill, not technology. For a car built more than 50 years ago, the performance numbers were incredible. The massive V8 delivered enormous torque. Acceleration was brutal. The sound of the engine was enough to turn heads from blocks away. Driving the Boss 429 wasn't about comfort or fuel economy. It was about raw power. It was about feeling every vibration from the engine and hearing every roar from the exhaust. Modern sports cars may be faster on paper, but very few can match the personality and character of this legendary Mustang. The Boss 429 wasn't just transportation, it was an experience. One of the reasons the Boss 429 became so valuable is its rarity. Ford produced only a very limited number of these cars. That instantly made them special. Over the years, collectors began to realize just how important this car was in automotive history. Today, finding an original Boss 429 in excellent condition is extremely difficult. And when one appears at auction, the prices can be astonishing. Many examples sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some have even crossed the $1 million mark depending on their condition and history. What started as a racing requirement eventually became one of the most valuable Mustangs ever built. The 1969 Mustang Boss 429 wasn't created to be practical. It wasn't designed to save fuel, and it certainly wasn't built to be ordinary. It was built to win, and in doing so, it became one of the greatest American muscle cars of all time. So here's the question. If you had the chance to own one classic muscle car, would you choose the Boss 429? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.